It's Dust2 coming up, and it will be Aurora. Starting on the T side, Matteo's in the back of the bomb side. What a great shot. That is why you buy the P250 in the pistol rounds on that T side. Snipes him away at the back here. Woody trying to see if he can land a shot now. Nate's coming in with a very quick flank. It's going to be a kill at the very least, even though he did actually turn around there, Santaris, to find one more headshot before he does go down. The bomb is planted, and the retake is already underway. They don't have any grenades, so running in there is Pank. That's actually not a bad shot at all. Going to be a little bit in return here. Down to the 1v2. Woxic with a Glock, and he's still got 16 bullets. Oh, the smoke fades, and it reveals him. If that had been there a little bit longer, there would have been so much more of a chance for him to stay alive. Yeah, super fun to watch. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough. Going to be pushing out into the middle here. Matteos, a lot of trouble here. That incendiary, did it ever get thrown? It didn't. He's just out with the MP9. I feel like throwing that grenade would have been the way. That looked like sheer panic. And they're going to lose the round. They don't kill anybody, in spite of the fact that they had actually 3 people at the site. Like, they were in a good position to stop that push. I'm disappointed.
They actually had the read as well. You could see that because when Xantares peeked Cat, and this might be, you know, some of, let's say, the research that Odic have done. At least this is how it really looked to me.
Right.
When Xantares peeked Cat, we saw the incendiary get thrown by Odic like immediately.
Yeah.
And you're not going to throw an incendiary and just waste it unless you think there's a timing for the T's that they want to push in. And so if that timing is Xantares just showed presence Cat, they would have read it correctly. But like you say, the follow-up after that point wasn't there. So they didn't have the other decision-making that should have been behind that.
You just have no way to know right now. They're really far back here. But if Matteos can get a couple of really early kills, then it might not make a really big difference here. One of them running out the window, almost shut down. What a lineup for him, but it's only going to be the one. Galil might have betrayed him a bit. The spray from Nate, absolutely not on point. I think it actually almost would be worth watching that in slow motion, even if it's a bit mean. It's a bit mean, but you can tell that it started off with almost a bit of a panic sensation before he really, you know, decided to try and adjust. But it was too late.
And that was one of the many things Astralis were able to do. And you can have less of a sense of a gamble in that decision to do a push like that if you've done your research on the team and you kind of understand via various tells that you've spotted with the research.
So, like, if we're talking about Inferno, if the entire team was on Banana and all of the CTs knew, it would be such a bad position to be in. But on Dust2, it's not necessarily the case, because you can still absolutely win this. Now, they have brought Wacardia back into the middle, but they don't actually even have to, although he will go there and find a kill. That's so annoying. Nate ends up going down. He's 0-5 at the moment, and we'll see if Slox here at the catwalk position could do anything. It's Pank first up. Oh, yeah, he's going to go down. Wacardia doing excellent work. Turns around, and even if he doesn't get that kill still, the bomb is going to be going down here, and Odic, I mean, retaking A is easier than B, but you're still a man down.
Do enough damage, have enough anticipation to have the correct positions in time. That is the dilemma. And so if you're Aurora, just keep doing the same thing. And Odic, I feel like they have to get aggressive in some respect. At least like play aggressively more around Cat, so there is a base of retake or long or something of that nature.
And I love it. We do get a bit of that aggression coming out. We'll see if it actually works out for them, but even if not, the idea of it here, Odic trying to do something different.
Yeah, and it is super interesting. How do you kind of maximize value from this? Well, Knight able to take down one of the players gravitating towards the long doors, and now Aurora have to make a decision. Do they go back for this? A whiff from Woxic. Now, oh my god, another whiff from Woxic. That opens up the kill for Knight, and he can get out. 5 versus 3, and that is a beautiful result. Able to live. Even better.
Whew. Where did the second shot go for Woxic? It looks to me like it is so on him.
This was the situation for Woxic yesterday.
Yeah.
Missing some of these kind of key shots that you feel would be a given for an AWP of his caliber. And that's really why we put that. It's like you were saying with Xantares yesterday. There's a high expectation because we've seen the ceiling. Well,
speaking of Xantares, he's still alive. Not going to be ready for this one, though. Imagine if he could have brought the round back. Madja, not known to be an AWP. He's going to end up going down. Odic will pick up a round, so lost 5 in a row here. It's a dangerous position to be in with that AWP. They have 2 of them, by the way, on the CT side. But one of them right here trying to get the jump now. The Molotovs are going to follow. He knows already. He's putting up a smoke. He's saying, yeah, I know. I know what's going to be happening. Trying to hide in the corner, but how much do they want to try and find him? Jota sneaking into it, trying to find the lineup here. When that smoke clears, the question is, what could he do? He's actually going to walk right through it. It's such a smart move from Jota, and this is why he's such a great player to watch. He does make a ton of these kind of moves, and that's going to completely catch Odic off guard, unfortunately. Satara is moving closer. It's Jota getting another kill before the round is over here. Pank doing the best that he can to get back into the round for his team. Falling off, though, and he has to reload at some point here. Bomb going to be planted pretty swiftly. That should be enough.
Oh, Slox unable to find anything there. Vicardia with the headshots. Now Pank, already 2 kills in this round, with it all to do. And against an AWP as well, this is certainly extraordinarily difficult. Well, I like that, but there is a problem because Maja's here watching for this. Oh my god, he actually clipped him in the head. That's
okay then.
Yeah, I'll wake you up in the morning.
Flashing out, or smoking out long at the moment. Flash is going over. Again, Jota going to be early in. And that's all the information. Just that one grenade flying through, he kind of knows, all right, I've got a bit of a timing against you guys. Probably doesn't actually need to throw that smoke at all, but he will. Trying to play around it, but caught. That's a nice find for Pank.
Yes, and I like that they're not playing too fearfully there, because they could have thought, oh my god, they've just taken long again. Let's not try to retake it. They haven't done a lot of retakes, and they're still holding this lower dark position. That smoke, Woody's going to go forward. I respect it, but he is trapped. Has to get the kills here. Has to get value because he's certainly going to die. Player coming in from mid, but still Woody is going to go up the stairs. That's actually crazy. You love to see it out of Woody. He'll die, but he's done his job. 4 versus 2 for Odic now with Pank on the flank.
Yeah, Woxic. Ooh, another missed shot here. Pank will end up taking him down. That's why I fell in love with Woody a little bit. He's got these moments. So I'm not going to claim that he's some top tier AWPer, but it's the sort of opening that gets me really excited.
There we go. Woxic able to find one early. Knights now with the AWP there on Cat, looking for a top mid rotate. Oh, he knows surely.
Ooh.
Okay, falling off. Knows he's exposed also to the left side, so playing it safe. The boost up though. Oh, Woxic. He knows how to play these spots. That's an early 5v3, but that lower dark position, I mean, that could be the saving grace, but it is an AWP, so easy to rush it down. Oh no, sorry, it's Matios with an AK.
Yeah, he's picked it up here. Slox picked up the other AWP, so they still have the double AWP, even in this one. Nice headshot. Centaurus going down. Woxic hoping to catch him as he retreats, but he's not going to give him an opportunity.
So now we're going to hit the B side. But if Matios can provide a performance here, this could make all the difference for Odic. But it's all on Matios' shoulders. Here they come. Finds the first player. They're coming through the choke. The spray comes in, but it's only good for 1. And now it's a 2v3 retake, and that's just not looking doable here for Odic.
Yeah, unfortunately, especially double AWP, right? It's also the amount of money that's on the line. You can't rebuy any of this, really. So these 2 guns are going to be incredibly valuable. Yeah, it also makes it much more sort of watchable Counter-Strike, because there's just no way to hide the fact that this is a big, like, overdog, underdog situation. It just absolutely is. But you know, they're really trying to keep it fresh. They're trying to reinvent every round here, Odic. I think it's worth giving them some credit for that, because it's not easy to do. Throwing open the smoke is a great example of that. Woxic goes down. Oh my god.
Excuse me.
We all need a moment of after that one. You could. Oh, he's just disgusting, isn't he?
Yes.
But in like a beautiful kind of way.
Yeah, full control and retake mode for Odic, but the bomb is not close just yet. This could be a big moment, but Xantares with the crosshair placement is going to win the battle there, and Vicardia is still in this deep position on the site, so it's going to be very difficult for Woody and Slox to get in.
Yeah. Oh, that is not a good smoke. Yeah, he's going to try and play around it. Unfortunately, that won't work either, but that smoke did actually allow for Woody for a chance that he could have done something, so maybe a little bit sloppy there. He couldn't see him, right? Oh my god! It keeps on going, Dan. Why?
I don't know. It's just unreasonable headshots. unreasonable headshots raining on through. 4v3 here early for Aurora on this final round of the half. And
yeah, but you've got to take big risks. I'm almost surprised Pank isn't just pushing here, because just holding all across the map, they're so stretched out, Odic. That can't be the choice here. Hardy is going to be shutting down Woody, and that's the beginning of the end here. Such long range. Look at the confidence on this guy. Yeah, he spots him. Of course he's going to take the fight. Why wouldn't you? He's 11-4. He feels like, I'm going to be able to defeat him. Even now, tagged up, he just wants that one headshot. He's got 5 bullets. This is just, oh, so beautiful. That is the kind of confidence you just love to see in a player. Right, they can't throw it and wait. Not that there's going to be much slowing them down, I think. Although MIBR actually does have a smoke on his own here. He's going to set it up for that very reason. So let's see how this one plays out. They just have to go through it. Odic, you might as well. You've already thrown out all your own utility here. Rushing past with the Glocks, so far so good. Although Bacardia, that's in lower dark. He gets the kill on the Pank. So now they know they can just have to focus on this A-bomb side. They don't have to worry about getting flanked in the middle of the retake. They can just set their sights on this one. Jumping and shooting, and Woxic does go down. That's not how they wanted the retake to really begin with. Slox trying to find something. He's got the P250. It'll be Matios on the other side. And they are getting whittled away right now. The Aurora retake getting slowed down, ground to a halt here. And they don't have a kit either, so it has to be a lot quicker than this. Nice shot from MIBR. That maybe could have been the beginning of something. Jota's going to get one, tries to find him out in the open, but instead it's Matios with 4 kills. And it will be Odic to win the pistol here in the second half.
A to the ace side of the map and just go for it. You abuse the weaponry advantage.
Oh, Woody goes down. It's such a shame that there's not. Oh, it never does matter. MIBR, how did that happen? How did he actually get the lineup? I can't believe it. Slox now, 1 versus 3. But MIBR might have just pulled a rug out from under Odic here. And you can see the danger tapping away, chipping away at him. Slox, he's trying to land that kill on Bacardia, but he cannot. Oh, we have to see the replay. Cue it up here. MIBR, how on earth did he get away with that? It just works so well also because Centaurus is obviously just a complete machine. So I think that's another part of it. 12-4, Dan. This is he was out of control pretty much on the start, and it hasn't improved much from there on out. Aurora, just the better team. Bacardia, a little bit of mercy, does decide not to knife anyone on the other side, but he will get a triple for it. Up to 18-6 now, looking for more. Woody will find a way to at least chill him out a little bit towards the end of the map here, but Pank and Woody are left. It's a 2 versus 4. And Aurora. It is great, I think, to see them play up to what should be their level here. They are the favorite team, and they're owning that position right now.
Yeah, and Pank looking to see what can be done. Never give up, never surrender. The running is heard, and the position is known, and Jota is going to get an easy kill to finish it off. That's map 1. So easily done there. 13-4 for Aurora.
Yeah, I mean, really impressive stuff. You know, high fives all around.
Maybe Shadow Daggers. What the fuck is this? Nah, man. Yes, sir. That's my style.
Yeah, I think Aurora are convinced that they would get some rotation off of that pressure, but Odic didn't rotate anyone. This is crazy. They've moved a muscle, and it's going to work out, at least in getting the fights where they're 3 stacked on this A side. Can they get the defense going? They've got to hit those headshots. Couple coming in here, 3 coming in for Odic. It's actually panning out. But MIBR in the back from mid, making all the difference. Now Matios, 1 versus 2. Now do they realize that he's there? They're going to realize, well, the bomb is there, so they've got to go for it. Matios with a chance here to save his team, pick up the pistol. He's trying to find these headshots, labored shots indeed around the pillar, but Xantares gets it done, no fear whatsoever. But what a crazy round there from both teams.
They will buy into this round here, Odic. Got a couple of HEs, we'll see. Immediately expecting they were going to be used on the stairs, but not so. Pank goes down. Knight is here, and he can't really do anything. Shot down by Centaurus. And that's it. Like, there's nothing to... They should be saving this one, Odic. There's nothing they can do.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Now, I'm curious what Odic will do on the first gun round, proper gun round, because I think if you're looking at any demos, I think that FURIA versus the MongolZ Anubis game that we had earlier in the tournament, was it round 1? I think it may have even been the first round. That was a really, really good showing from FURIA to like show how you can get aggressive on the CT side and actually make it work. And so there's, I think, a lot to be learned there. Despite the fact that FURIA haven't had much practice time, they looked really coordinated there. And nice there from Woody, actually able to get a couple of kills on the board.
Yeah, fair play. Up to 3 now. Too much movement on the other side, but still, yeah, optimizing as much as he could. You are right, though, that there was a lot for FURIA in terms of CT aggression, which is one of the hardest things and probably one of the hardest maps, this one, or maybe I think it is the hardest map to try and do that on, so...
In that aggression, but we do get outside of B aggression here. Oh, very aggressive there. Maybe. Oh my goodness, taking down Jota. That's a great find, and now they can kind of fall back into the 5v4. But with that said, Sox is going aggressive as well, and Woxic was looking for that better angle.
Not seeing anyone at all out here is already suspicious, so let's see how they decide to interpret that bit of information. So far, Pank is going to be now, he's calling it in, saying, all right, listen, they are definitely coming for it, but look at how far away the rest of Odic are. They're actually falling back, and honestly, doing a retake from this position is not easy. They will have one incendiary grenade and a flashbang. There's no kit picked up at the moment. This is really tough, and when they lose Woody, it's almost time to save already. I would say there's a very good chance that this is not going to be happening. You can see them sort of stepping around here a little bit. Matthew is still really far away. He's going to set up a flashbang. It comes through, but it almost does nothing. It's a nice idea, but that went so shallow that it didn't actually flash anyone in the site, I think.
Yeah, and it's trying to fall off now. And you were so close, it's easy for Aurora to hunt these kills. And I totally agree. Like, looking at that, given that also there was no util available, really.
Presumably, not presumably, they are going to split the A-bomb site. So they're going to run through their own smoke. They're in the cam. Woody goes straight down, and he was pretty much the A defense, unfortunately. Slox with the MP9, the only one left here. Woxic even catching Pank, was trying to find him there. Yeah, the power of being able to blow open those smokes, even though the smoke timing is really good, right, for the CT side there, it's just, unfortunately, when they still have 2 HGs left, so they were so well prepped, Aurora, to burst through any kind of smoke that might have been put up. Yeah, great stuff. Those mid smokes are really interesting, like whether they land on the B or A side of middle will tell you sometimes a lot about what's happening, but also, as you saw in this round, Aurora actually smoked both sides of it, and the reason for that is just to make it really, really hard to call for Odic, because if you always only smoke one side and then you go to the other side, it's like it becomes such a readable smoke. It's like, oh, but this time you're throwing both, super hard to know what's happening from there on out.
Yeah, and it's been a pretty smooth sailing so far for Aurora. And later in the default, outside A.
Ooh, they wanted to peek down through the window there. The smoke in the middle, very forward smoke here. So trying to create a little bit of a pocket for some mid-aggression. But Aurora kind of see that coming, and they blow open the smoke for that very reason. So they have a good read of what was going to happen in this round. Oh my god. That is a nice shot, though. Woody trying to manufacture an opportunity. Can't really blame him.
Yeah, and Jota could be an annoyance outside B. Try to keep players towards B if Aurora decides to go A again. And again, we're seeing later in the default, Aurora's still going towards the A side. So they're keeping the pacing completely the same. And this is good timing for the push here, potentially, but is it really? It's so marginal. And it's not going to work out there for Odic. Right idea, but the execution not quite perfect, and it gets punished by Aurora. Plays into their hands, and they get a plant.
In terms of the drama, there's not that much happening right now. Aurora is they're just winning.
Yeah. Keeping the default the same every single time, and Odic yet to solve it.
They've got some nades again, trying for a little bit of mid-aggression. Pank, that's a very nice shot. Unfortunately, he's going to walk into the AWP scope there. Nate trying for the multi-spray down, not successful. Woody running through the flames and the smoke to try and get in front, but they already know that he's back here, and that does make it very dangerous. He's low on health here. Another good grenade on him might just do the job. Stocks goes down to the back, and Santaris with a headshot. Who needs the grenades? He is 9-1, by the way. The last couple of games that we've caught from Santaris have... Like, that's the kind of stuff we want to see him warming up into the tournament with. You know, do that on a big stage, and people are going to be excited.
Cool.
Yeah, finally. 8-0. Aurora, it's a great start to them, no question. Woody will take down Woxic, though.
What a pick.
Yeah, that's what you like to see, but you still have to build something more behind it. And we'll see if they can.
I think that's the first time Woxic's attempted that peak, so that's actually kind of unlucky for Woxic, because they've never shown that, I don't believe. So really, really good find. Santaris, he's always a danger. Slock's able to take him down, though, looking for more. And pretty careful there. You got the 5v3. Well, 5v2. And it's a desperate run into the B site here to find a Hail Mary. Ooh, that is violent shooting there. But that's going to be a wrap. First round on the board for Odic. 1-8.
You have to remember, like, the content that I think is probably hard for Odic not to also feel the weight of it, but there is actually a way to do something reasonable here. So hopefully they can. They'll start with a good kill, taking on Santaris as well. Might even be okay trading that if you get him off the board. Jota out here, caught a little bit, backpedaling, and Madja, he could have been dead there too. Trading grenades, none of which are really going to do much of anything. So 4 versus 3 to start this round with. And again, it's some of that early aggression from Odic that catches Aurora just a bit. 30 seconds on the clock. Look at him checking everything. Once he sees this, they should start to rotate. The fact that they're still in B with 2 people, I think, is kind of concerning. Now they've realized, but 20 seconds left here. Pank, if he dies, this round is right back on for Aurora. Odic, a little bit slow to call this rotation, I do think. But Pank rotating back in. Woody dies as he's trying to get there in time. And Pank, wide swing with the flash setup. It couldn't have been any better. And the flank is also coming in from the other side.
Into the next round. 2 on the board here for Odic. See if they can keep these early picks going. It's a hard thing to keep going when it's expected now. Wox is looking for the E-box push. Not finding it just yet, but now Nate's out there. It feels like Odic really walking the tightrope with this aggression, and Pank's going to fall straight off.
You're so far behind. It feels like making this kind of gamble and saying, we'll just save if it's a B plant. What a risk.
It's interesting because they were pushing a long... Well, hold that thought here. Oh, that's a nice connection from Woxic. Let's see if there's anything else to be had here. All right, Woody. I mean, just got to keep the AWP alive at this point. But yeah, I thought that Odic would actually work out that it was going to be B because they were pushing A long kind of at the time in which Odic was walking into B.
Yeah.
So if you've got to see nothing at A long, you've got to be thinking, oh man, we got to check out B because we're seeing nothing here. And this is normal default timing where they would be here. So very odd turn of events in this round. So long as they can keep this AWP, I think they'll be all right. But that is not looking great right now because here comes Aurora. They're looking for Woody. Oh no.
They hear the scope up. That's what gives it away. Yeah, nice hunt down from Jota at the end, getting both the last kills there. If they can get this round, it is gonna. I just don't think it's enough. Even that isn't. I think they actually did need the 8-4. So a bit of a shame, perhaps. I do like this push coming in. A lineup is there for it, and they will trade favorably. Nicely done.
It's amazing that Aurora are not prepared for that, because that's the only way that Odic have been getting these early kills.
No grenades thrown, just, again, like they did at the B-bomb side previously. All right, it's been called out, but still, this will be a bomb plant. And there's so much utility on Aurora. They can get the bomb planted here and then lock in some of the entrances for a really long time. Still 2 smokes and a Molotov even at this stage. Ricardia goes down, so that's a bit concerning now. 2 versus 4, but I still think the utility is a bit of an interesting wrinkle in this one. Not going to be Santaris throwing any of it, unfortunately. They don't even get to use it. Madja now on its own against 4. They're going to flash their way through. He does turn around for it. Good spray on the first one, but I think you need to get those kills a lot quicker. Nice attempt from Madja, but it will be a 3rd round for Odic at the end of the day. So it's definitely something. I don't think it's going to be quite enough, but if I'm wrong, An exciting second half for sure. Quite a lot of pistols on the CT side, and we'll see if Odic can win this one. If they cannot, then it's going to be probably pretty quick here, but a nice Glock kill to take down Centaurus to begin with. Magis happy to just jiggle and throw some bullets around the corner. They do take down Pank in return, so evens up the field a bit. 4 versus 4. Yeah, but it also puts a lot of pressure on Odic, right? Because now they can't just pretend that we might be outside of B. He's going to know that for sure is not the case. Wakadi is moving up very close. There is a flash on one player, but he won't need one. Close with the Glock, and they take him down. 30 seconds. That front of A push for Woxic could be real interesting. Jotza with a nice shot. Oh dear, that's really going to slow them down. But yeah, this position here for Woxic is everything. Trying to get closer. Bomb is already on the ground, and Woxic will get the kill on Matthias. So a really long and drawn-out round where you could see Odic like all the time pushing and pulling to try and find that one moment where they can have a real breakthrough. And unfortunately, what happens instead, just showing us some of the tricks that are available to the CT side if you know what you're doing here. Woxic is going to call it out. It's dangerous time to throw the incendiary, but he'll be back around the corner. Tossing out a bit of a flashbang. Actually, HE as well goes into it. Woxic still does pick up the kill, even though he's very low on health to begin with here. Don't like the timing for some of these grenades. But so far, so good. Nate's trying to continue the spray. It's such a great read for him. He's essentially just continuing, realizing that someone else was going to be pushing behind that. So I love everything about it. I think Gun Barrel is going to be showing there. So Woody trying to get the kill. Madja on a bit of a flank as the bomb's being planted. Good headshot here. And Woody's got to be careful he doesn't die. Oh, the deep nade as well. Nate, he might blow up. He's still alive in there. I don't know how that doesn't catch him. If that would have been the case, it could have been a really sick attempt at a retake, but it's a lot more difficult now. Madja, he's got 3 health. He does have the kits, but I doubt if it's possible. Going to settle for the Galil and just try and bring that into the next round. So Odic actually pick up a 4th. The smoke that Woxic is looking at here is one that Aurora themselves throw from CT spawn. And whenever they do that, they almost always do this 3B, 1 mid, 1A. It's such a strong correlation for them. I checked the demos, and it's like, call it like 90% of the time, basically. This is what they're doing, which is interesting. Quick execute onto the A bomb site, so maybe Odic know that too, because that is a logical outcome if you see that smoke going down. Centaurus, bit of a spray here, does get traded out. Woxic trying to find something with the scout, and he's going to get a bit of help from Madja, who shows up just at the nick of time. They have the 3v3. Bomb being just slightly toyed with. Oh my god! That's not the smoke! Madja just showing up, knowing the lineup. He was just faking it out anyway. He wasn't even really trying to plant here. Madja continues and gets the headshot. Now Woody. He's already tagged up here. Very hard for him to clutch this round. Jota's shown up at the meantime, and Woody's trying to creep through the smoke. He's going to get caught and killed. No problem. It's Madja, obviously. Especially that kill through the smoke. Disgusting stuff. 12-4. Odic here. With everything ahead of them. Good flash. Smokadi here. Shutting down Woody, trying to get into that slightly safer position. Centaurus playing in front of this weird smoke. I'm not even sure. Oh, all right. Nearly completely timed. He will go down. But at least he got the kill there. That was an awkward fight.
Oh, good timing. Good timing on the entries. And suddenly 3v2. And an afterplant is possible. That's where the bomb goes down. And Odic say not yet. Ricardia and Woxic on the retake attempt. That's an MP9 from E-Box. Ricardia on the other side with the M4. Kits, smoke, and Molotov. Here's the Molotov. Or the incendiary. Not as good as the Molotov.
Yeah, definitely
Weirdly.
not. He's surely not throwing that for the retake. Okay, going to be getting the kill on the other side. That is a bit funky. Ricardia is still going down. Interesting choice to throw the incendiary, because it obviously locks him out of any chance to run, through there. But I guess if he'd got a kill, maybe it would have been all worth it. So, regardless, that's not going to be happening. Odic will pick up another round. That could be fun to see them try for something like that. This time they're going to grenade, I think, on a Matthias here in the middle. Yeah, he does eat it a little bit. It's not bad damage.
And it looks like they like B a lot, and I can absolutely understand why. It's been going well for them. Getting quite deep in the smoke flash. It's going to miss Jota completely, not hitting his spray. Super effectively there. Opened up to the trade, which happens. One more player close. Three down for the CT side here. Oh, Xantares bursts onto the scene with 2, and that makes it look a lot better now. Just Wicardia, though, for Aurora in the 1v2 clutch. Odic, can they secure it?
Wicardia wants to go for this. He's like, I'm going to give it a shot. Just bursts right through, but there's 2 on the other side. I don't even blame him. I think that's kind of funny for him to try and do. You know, you might as well.
Now, we'll see if Odic have an adjustment, and they are walking up mid, so this is the hole right now. And they can lock out those B players if they go for that A split. And so these A long players for Aurora, this is where the round could be won.
Okay, well, that's a little bit annoying. Woody misses the shot and he goes down. Luckily, the bomb wasn't with them on this side, but obviously it's not a great setup for the rest of it here. 5 versus 3. They're going to have the utility to kind of block out anyone while they're planting the bomb. So that's at least a start. It means Aurora will have a harder time getting into the sites. They don't have a kit either, so even in the 5v3, this is kind of dangerous. Slox gets Madja. Jota's going to fall next. Wicardia finds one through the smoke. I wonder if he actually saw anything there. They will take down Woxic, and now it's a 2 versus 2. Xantares on the one side, Wicardia here with the AWP hits the shot, and now up close, Slox is right there, and he's been hunted down, just walked in upon. So Wicardia getting the ace to get Aurora into the arena.
And a good attempt from Odic. That was a great fight, and right at the end, they knew they had to push for space. They were locked in, they did it, they were getting kills.